Hey team, so let's go ahead and get started. My name is Tiffany Lee, but welcome. I'm excited about tonight because our topic that we're training on is how to make your Facebook parties a success. So who's excited? Let's get started. If you have parties, if you don't have parties, or if you're brand new, you want to pay attention. Some of it you've probably heard before, some of things you may not have heard. But sometimes repetition is key, right, to success. Or maybe you used to do something and then you stopped doing it for whatever reason and didn't realize it. And tonight you're like, oh, I used to do that and I need to implement it again. You never know. You might have your aha moments and you'll have to share them in the chat. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and just get it out there. Facebook has been doing updates and changing again, and it does these updates every few times a year. And during these transitions, our engagement goes down, and then we have to become a detective to figure out how to boost it back up. So the sales go down when the engagement goes down, unless you have a super host. So it's imperative to do everything in your power to make a party a success. And when you make it a success, you are more likely to rebook your host, book parties, increase sales, get recruits, and just get business, right? So much more. So it's essential. And so for tonight, I'm going to share 10 points that I feel makes a successful party. And I personally do that helps it be successful. So number one is your host. So if your host, if you have a host that's struggling to engage in their own party, it may be how you present it to them, but engagement is key. Like hosts have to be engaged. We know this, right? But how did you present it to them? Or were you able to connect with them before the party even started? So, you want to call or do a voice clip, something like that beforehand to connect with your host. And you want to find out what their goal is for the party, because that goal is what you can use in front of them to make them do tasks. Okay. It's like, hey, don't forget, you want to get this blender half off. We need to get you to $200, right? So you want to always bring it back to them. And the other thing is, when you connect with them, is that you can give them a few tips on how to help them be successful in their own party. So I actually took a idea that Kim Burnett had, and I videoed myself doing this spiel, and I did it a year ago, so I need to redo it. But I shared this with my host before the party ever starts. And then afterwards, I connect with them. So I was going to share it with you because I know some of you wanted to see it. And that way you can see what that is and maybe duplicate it for yourself. Make sure everything's up. Okay. Can you see, Marie? Shake your head. Can you see the screen? Okay, just checking.
Hey, my amazing host. I wanted to send you the quick video to introduce myself, to let you know what to expect this week, and to give you my top 5 tips for an amazing virtual party. I am Tiffany Lee, and I am honored that you have chosen me to be your Pamper Chef consultant for your party. It truly means the world to me, and I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. I've been a consultant for 10 years and I run about 40 parties a month. So I know that when you follow my tips and my lead, we are going to have an amazing party. As the host, your most important focus is on inviting your family and friends. Our goal is to have at least 40 members in the party, and that is super important for success. And that takes about 150 invites. I want you to know to not prejudge, to invite everyone. You never know who wants Pampered Chef, needs Pampered Chef, or knows someone who wants or needs Pampered Chef. And if they don't know about Pampered Chef, you can be the person to introduce them to this life-changing products, right? Now, it's going to take about 150 invites, so make sure you invite. Now, Facebook also doesn't like you to send invites way too quickly. So follow the steps I send you and you will do great. I open the party early so that you have plenty of time to send invites to get them in the group ready and excited to party. So the informative post will start on Sunday, but the party runs from Monday to Friday at midnight. Saturday will be the day that you put your host order in, and if we have anybody that wants to order that may miss the deadline, we can take them on Saturday, but we want the main amount of orders in by Friday. And then Sunday is when I will announce the winners and close the show. Okay. So, are you ready for my top 5 tips for a successful virtual party? Number 1, follow my daily tips and tasks. I put all my hosts in a group chat for the week, and this allows me to send you a daily task each day that will maximize your party. These tasks are not meant to annoy you, they are meant to help you, and they are proven that when done, they really help your party be successful. They're not time sensitive, so I ask that you complete them by the end of the day. They're simple, they don't take long, and I send them early in the morning so that you have all day to find when to complete them that's convenient for your schedule. I also ask you to give me a thumbs up when you have done those tasks because they are that important for a successful party. Number 2, interact with your family and friends and don't hide in your party. You wouldn't invite them to your house for a party and then hide in the bathroom, right? No, that's silly. So don't do it in your virtual party. I want you to be interacting, comment on every single post. This is so important. And tag your friends and posts that you think that they'll be interested in. And have fun. Do the games and let's just be excited for this week and everything that there is to show. And if you don't know how to tag people, let me know and I can send you a quick video on how to do it. It's simple and fun, but let's have a great party this week. Number 3, I sent you host packets that included catalogs, the host sales offer, and order forms. Please take these and show people that may not be on Facebook, those from church, friends that may not look at social media that much. They may be on Facebook but not check it as much, and get those outside orders. They truly help your party get to that next level. And when you get those orders, and I challenge you to get 5 outside orders, when you get those orders, message me and I'll be glad to let you know how to enter them. Number 4, I'm going to probably ask you to send personal invites and reminders. And these are special. Then people feel so special when you send them, and make them feel like you went the extra mile to touch them. Okay. So make sure to do them when I send them. Number 5. Now this one's a tip, but also a challenge. Go live in your parties. Okay. It's simple and easy. If you don't know how to, just let me know. And I will be glad to show you how, but you don't have to do anything fancy. You could just show your favorite product and say why you love it. You could just hop on and say, hey, I'm so glad you guys could make it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but just have fun. They want to see you. If you want to post videos and pictures when you use these products this week, feel free. The more, the merrier. I know when we partner together, we can make this party the best one ever and stock your kitchen with amazing free and discounted products. And when you have watched this whole video, I am so proud of you. Give me a thumbs up and let's get ready to party. Bye.
All right. So it makes me laugh. So, I mean, it's not perfect, right? It's, it's me. And so when you do it, don't think it has to be perfect. They just want to see you and they want to connect with you, but connecting with your host is key. And so I send that and then I connect with them. Okay. And I know if they watched it or not, because I know who gives me a thumbs up and I send this individually. So that's how I know if they watched it or not. Now with that, I still connect with them. The more connected the host is, the more that they get to know you personally, the more likely they're going to want to do well for you and do business with you. So if you're just a Facebook profile that does these texts, doesn't interact, and sends the copy and paste messages all the time, there's your red flag. They want to know you. So that brings me to my next point. And that is number 2 is be authentic. Make sure everyone has seen your face in the party more than once. So you can do this by going live, by video, by pictures. I mean, examples of how I do this is I do a welcome video in my parties, and I can show you for an example. But when I only have a few parties, I go into each party and actually do this live. But when I have a lot of parties during a week, I do video it and then post it in the parties. And that's just a time saver for me. But I do new ones like every 6 months or so, when I feel like it needs to be different, right? And then you always ask a question or a call to action at the end of any video that you ever do so that you know who watched it, okay? So here is my current welcome video. I had like 5 to choose from. And I want you guys, this is the challenge that I want. I want you guys to make this video and put it in your parties because you will see a huge, huge difference. All right, let's see, make sure I shared my sound so you guys can hear it. Yeah.
Hey, this is Tiffany, Pamper Chef Consultant for the show, and I am so excited that all of you guys are with us this week, and I can't wait to get to know each and every one of you. So I have some important announcements that I really want to make sure that everybody knows about, but you have to watch this video, and I'll know if you did or not. All right, so number 1, settings. Go to your settings, change your notifications from highlights to all posts. If you don't know how to do it, just let me know and I'll send you a video. But this is crucial or you will miss the whole party, okay? Number 2, the shopping link. The shopping link is going to be found in the featured or the announcements at the top of the group, okay? 3, messaging me is best. So if you need me for any reason, don't tag me because I may or may not see it, and I strive for the best customer service. So please message me. Now there is a little tip there is that you have to friend request me first because the way Facebook is if you message me and we're not friends, it goes to a spam folder and I won't even know anything about it. And I strive for the best customer service. So please make sure you friend request me. So if you have questions and you message me, it comes right straight to my inbox, okay? We are also in direct shipping. So the day your order is done at midnight Central Time, it's the order is submitted, it's processed and shipped, okay? And we're also in inventory management. So that means that if the product is in the warehouse, it's available on the website. And if it's unavailable in the warehouse, it's unavailable on the website. So with that being said, if you see what you came here to get, go ahead and order it. That's the only way I can guarantee that you can get it. If you wait till the end of the week and it's not there, we won't know when it will return. Now you can always place 2 orders throughout the week, okay? But go ahead and do that. I want to make sure everyone is clear and aware of that. Now, gifts. So $80, when you spend $80 or more before tax and shipping, you get a free gift. And $150 before tax and shipping, you get free shipping and a free gift. So who's excited for that? And then last but not least, participate. Have fun. We need all of you guys to be commenting, share recipes, videos of you using the products. Just make this the best party ever. And have fun because the more you participate, the more fun we have. And the more fun we have, the more I give away free. So who wants free? And if you watch this whole thing, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And because of that, let me know, how do you know our host? Tell me below this video. Bye.
All right. So that's an example. And I know some of you guys, 1 or 2 of you guys already do that. I had shared my video with you and you copied it. And I can share it in PC Pirates if you want it. But essentially it's just like, this is where to find the stuff. But you get to know me. Did you feel how excited I was? Like, I was like so excited. I was talking so fast, but that's why I put words on the screen. And because I wanted it to be like authentically me. And when I did it slower, I was like, that's just not me. Like, I'm so excited. So just do you, right? But it's always great for people to connect with you. Now I also tag everyone on that post. And sometimes I will even use that as the initial welcome post, like literally where it tags everyone, I will use it in that post because you want everyone to see it so that they don't miss it. And then the other thing is some of other ways is that you can bring or you can post a picture of your family. A lot of you guys do that, but make sure like it's of your whole family. And the funnier it is, the better it is, honestly. But share something fun or exciting about you. Like, what do you love to do? Like something that maybe they wouldn't know about you. Like, I could share that I play the alto saxophone. Didn't nobody know I played the saxophone? Y'all didn't even know. But that's something fun, right? So share something like that and then ask them in return to share something about them. Then you can also share just a piece of your story. I have a video, which I'm not going to show you that one, but because if I'll be here all night sharing you videos, but I have a video I put in my parties. It's my story. And so it's 1 minute. I made sure it was 1 minute or less. And so that way people just get a snippet. And it's one of those recruiting posts that I use of, just sharing like, I was in college and I wanted the whole catalog for free. So I signed up to be able to get that, but I stay for, for my family, for financial freedom, for my team, that kind of thing. But sharing your story is a great way to recruit, but also a great way for your parties to be authentic. You can go live, do videos on you cooking something or demonstrating a product, or maybe you just talk about a product and hold it. People connect with you in videos and they want to see and they want to hear you. Now, I heard somewhere that if you did this well, when someone can pick you out in a store and say, "Hey, aren't you the consultant for Sally's Facebook party this week or last week?" Guys, it actually happened to me. It was some random lady in Food Line. And I thought that was pretty cool though. And I was like, yes, that means I showed my face so many times that like she recognized me on the street. And so that is what you should strive for. Okay. So if you think about your parties right now and you're like, oh my goodness, all I have is a picture of my family, but that's it. And that scrolls to the bottom. Then do that. Put a little star if you're taking notes and say, try to make your parties more authentic this week, okay, and next week. Another way is instead of using like marketing imagery videos and pictures, like take the same pictures, but in your kitchen, okay? So like if it's a picture of the quick stir pitcher, like put some lemonade in it and take it in your kitchen and use that in your parties. Because not only does Facebook like that better because it's authentic, but also it's more real to your customers, okay? So those are ways that you can be authentic and bring that to the table, to your parties. And when you go live, don't think you have to be perfect. The little quirks and tweaks and ums and ahs and all that stuff makes you you. And they want to connect with you. And if they feel like it's too set up or too perfect, like they don't connect with it, okay? So, and even if you mess up in the middle of it, literally leave it and start laughing and then just say, pampered, not perfect, and then keep going because people will watch videos because of that, okay? And there's a ton of different ways to be authentic. You can share any ideas in the chat with everyone, but those are some ideas that you can do for your parties. Number 3 is host coaching. So if you do not do the host coaching, guys, you might as well not even have a party. Like that may sound harsh, but it's the truth. Host coaching is key to success. So majority that do every step do well. And those that don't, their parties flop. Another point here is you want to send it at the same time every single day and preferably in the morning before 8. And that's because most people are working by 8, okay? And so you want to send it earlier so they can see it, but the same time makes it where they know, okay, Tiffany's going to send me my task at 7 o'clock or 7:30 every single morning. And I'm going to look at it and then decide when I'm going to complete it during my day, okay? Because we're all busy, but we want them to complete them, right? So you want to make sure you give them the maximum amount of time to do that. If you don't send your host coaching until like 10 or 11 or 12, they only have a couple hours. And if they're busy or they have kids and they're going to sports, they're not going to do your host coaching. So you want to make sure it's in the morning and it's the same time every day, or like it's close to the same time every day as you can make it. The other tip there is to make sure that you make it easy as possible for the host. So when you copy and paste the information, in the picture, you want to send what you want them to do separately than the instructions, okay? The easier you make it, the more likely they are to do it, the more likely your party will be a success. And they will tell everyone, Tiffany did all of it and she made it so easy. I mean, come on. How else will you get bookings, right? If they tell you, if they type that in their parties. So we've talked a lot about host coaching here recently in training. So I'm not going to go into super detail, but I wanted to just show you the points of how important it is, sending it in the morning, sending it in the same time, and the copy and paste part of it, okay? Making sure you do it easily. And then I follow up in the afternoon if they don't give me a thumbs up. If I have 2 people give me a thumbs up and like 3 are nowhere to be found, I'll say like, thank you, Tiffany and Stephanie, for giving me a thumbs up. Where are you at? Kathy and Marie, like, you know what I mean? And just literally call them out and they will do it. It's pretty awesome. That's what the magic is about a group chat is the fear of missing out. Like they don't want to be the person that didn't do the task. And so, but it's up to you to coach them through that, right? So number 4 is getting enough people in the party. So your goal is 40, 50 is really the goal at this point, but the more the merrier, but at least 40. And you want to coach your host to invite. So you send them the virtual party system, guys, we give it to you. So you send them, I do nothing special, like I send what's there. But if I realize that they're not inviting enough or they haven't started inviting, then I will voice clip them and, you know, encourage them to invite. Now, if they still don't invite enough, then that's when I do a voice clip and I say something like, hey, Sally, I just wanted to check in because, you know, our goal is to have 40 members in the group and we're not quite there yet. So make sure you invite everyone because you never know who wants Pampered Chef, needs Pampered Chef, or knows somebody who wants or needs Pampered Chef. So, and when you invite them, you don't put them in the group. They have to accept or deny it. And so let's allow them to make that decision. Okay. So happy inviting and let's have the best party ever. Something like that. And it tends to work when you start to call them out. It's kind of funny, but the voice clip is because if you text them too many times about invite, they shut down and they don't do a party. Okay. They ghost you. But if you do the voice clip and they realize like you genuinely want to help them be successful, then they're going to do it. Okay. The other idea that you can do is you can have like tiered, you can give them gifts. Like Ellington Boyce is the one that came up with this, I believe. But like if they get 10 people in their group, you give them an e-cookbook. If they get 20 people in the group, you get a season's best cookbook. If they get 30, they get a toaster tongs. If they have 40, they get a spice of their choice. Like you can make whatever the prizes are, but ideally you want to make sure that it's something people want. If they don't want it, they're not going to push for those people, right? So the more people in the party, the more people you have to connect with, the more people to book from and to recruit from. So it's well worth the investment. And not only that, it is a tax write-off as well. So the other thing with this is making sure enough people get in the group is automated reminders. So please don't forget it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't tell me because it's all over the virtual party system and in our team training videos, but I'm just joking. Let me know if you don't know what I'm talking about. And but you want to use this to your advantage, okay? Because it allows them, if you invite someone on Facebook, they get one notification. If it goes away and they can't find the group and they can't find the notification, then they don't even know how to find the party. So when you do auto reminders, it pops back up and says, hey, so-and-so's party's going on, accept or deny or whatever, invite. And so what's really special about this is one, when they invite 100, 200 people, do not go down one at a time and remind them. Do the automated reminders so that it does it for you. The other thing that I love about it is, to take note on, is if you do this and you're like, Tiffany, and no more people get put in my group, when are you sending them? You want to send them at a time that people are sitting on their phone. Because again, if the notification pops up, they're not on their phone or their computer, and then the notifications just go lower and lower and lower. And then by the time they grab their phone, they may not see it. So you want to send it like you want to do it like Saturday or Sunday, like in the evenings when people are kind of hanging out. Or you could do like 8 o'clock because most people have like put their kids to sleep, or 8 or 9, and they have their phone. Think about how many people, like how many of you have your phone around that time frame. And you're more likely, if it dings, to be able to just look at it right during that time frame. But when are you doing your automated reminders? Are you doing it during church? Well, then of course the people aren't going to see it. So be conscious of that, okay? But it's easy, and I usually will do the automated reminders while I'm doing dishes or making a meal. But typically on Saturday is when I do my automated reminders. Number 5 is my pet peeve, okay? So when others have asked me to like audit their parties because they're not having success, guys, the first thing that I always see, always, is that the consultant nor the host is participating. So if you or your host don't participate, you might as well hang it up. So that's like I said in my video, it's like inviting all these people over to your host house and then you hide in the bathroom. Like, it isn't right. So you should post a comment. Like, I literally post a comment under every single post. And not only does it show that you are engaged, but it boosts the algorithm for more people to see it. So, and make sure that the hosts know how important it is for them to do the same. And we're going to talk about notifications next, but if they don't do those notifications correctly, then they only see what Facebook suggests and what their friends post, okay? So your hosts are friends with them, most of them, usually. So when your friend posts or comments, their friends, AKA the members of the group, are notified. So if the post isn't active, you're not friends with them, then you post something, you can post until next week and nobody's going to see it. Okay. So if your host is not commenting or going or active, then tag them in a post and ask a specific open-ended question, okay, for them to answer. So you want to make sure it's open-ended, and that means they need to type out an answer. It's not a simple yes or no. Okay, you want to make people talk. So if you've been in a Pamper Chef party in person, you have to ask questions and then everyone starts to talk. So it's the same virtually, like you ask questions and then the next person starts talking. Then you ask another question and then they answer, and you ask another question, and it kind of gets the ball rolling. So the other thing is I engage with the majority of the comments with like a like or a love. And I was asked about this from a team member, so I want to go ahead and just let you know. If you have a post that's like super duper active, like has a million different comments underneath them, you do not need to reply to every comment, okay? You can comment at the bottom and say something like, wow, it looks like the air fryer is the win, or keep on guessing the number, I love this, or something, just to boost it up, just so that people know that you acknowledge that they're posting on it. But something that addresses the entire group of people on that thread. Number 6 is notifications. So make sure to post, and repost about the importance of changing your notifications to all posts so that they don't miss out. If you only have one post in your whole party, I mean, guys, it goes all the way to the bottom, and unless someone comments under it, nobody sees it. So feel free to do it again and do it again. It could be the exact same post. They're not going to know any better. And you want to have the instructions on how to do this, because a lot of people don't know how to find their notifications. And then another thing that I started to do, and it's working pretty good, is copy and pasting the link to the group in a post and telling them to copy that and text it to themselves or put it on a notepad on their phone. So every day they just click on that link and it opens up to the group. No searching needed. Like, it's literally right there. And then, the other thing is, if you are wondering, like, how do you know if they changed their notifications? Well, guys, if we have 40 people in a group and 2 people have seen the post, sound familiar? Yep. I get it too. This is when you post a picture that is eye-catching, and then reiterate plus tag every single person in the post about it, okay? And so this is something that you really have to hone in on Saturday and Sunday, is getting people to change their notifications. So because you don't want to go through the week and you're doing all these commenting and all this and only 2 people are seeing it out of 40. That's when you have a problem. So but the way to work this is you have to start this early and get the group going active early. Okay, you can't wait till Monday to decide to say, hey, change your notifications. Like, you want to try to do it as they come in the group, honestly, but Saturday and Sunday. And then the other thing is you can ask is, for attention, is ask your host to share a picture of their dinner and then ask their friends what they're having for dinner. So again, they're friends with everyone in the group, so everyone's going to see it. And then you can comment in the comments and say, how, make sure you change your notifications, or make sure you're participating so I can give away free gifts. Just something, because when they comment their dinner and you comment, it's going to give them a notification that Tiffany Lee commented on that post. Okay, does this make sense? Hopefully it does. Number 7 is you can do daily giveaways for participation. Like, make sure, like, if you do this, you post the winner each day. But people love free stuff, y'all. I mean, they will do anything, and it might catch some attention doing it. So if you're really struggling to get participation, that might be something that you can try to do. It can be easy. It could be like an e-cookbook or a citrus peeler or something like that. You don't tell them what the prize is, because if they don't like the prize, they're not going to participate. So just tell them you're going to do a drawing every day and make it super exciting, the whole 9 yards. Have a picture, the announcement, make it a big deal, and repeat it. That, hey, everyone who participates, we're going to do a drawing. Everyone who participates, we're going to do a drawing. And then when you post saying the winner, people catch on and they're going to start participating. Number 8 is change it up. Ask, like, do a poll of, like, what do they want to see that week, and then post those things. I actually did that this week, and many people said recipes, so I'm manually posting more recipes to accommodate them. But if you post what they want to see, they're going to come back to the group to see it. But if you're not interested in what you're posting, they're not going to make the time to come back to the group. Okay, so you want to make sure, like, you're giving them what they need. And so a poll is a great way. Changing up your template we send you guys a template, but you should be changing it up as things go out of stock, as maybe freshen up some of the wording or whatever, as, like, if you use it a couple months in a row, just those kind of things. And then post, like, bloopers. I love those. Make people laugh, be entertaining, but you just want to stand out. I mean, do games, and you want to make sure, when I post, I always try to think of, like, how do I stand out amongst the billion other Pampered Chef parties that are going on right now? So change it up. So whatever you're doing, if it's not working, you got to stop doing it and change it up. Okay. Number 9 is one that's very important, and one that I think a lot of people miss, and that is friend requesting. So remember, when someone is put into a group, I've said this a lot, and I want to hammer it home, and they don't change the notifications, they're only going to see what their friends post and what Facebook suggests. So what percentage do you think change their notifications? Probably very slim percentage, right? So wouldn't it be smart to friend request people every day at your parties? And that way, when they become friends, not only can you connect with them, but then they'll start to see your post. Pretty nifty, huh? So make a plan to do that. Now, you can't possibly friend request every person when you run a lot of shows, but I would focus maybe on the party that's least active, the one that's not seeing the post as much. Or if, like, say you have 4 parties and they're all doing horrible, then do a little bit in each party. Okay. And so, because if people start to see your post and they'll start participating, then other people will chime in. Hopefully that makes sense. But we have the post about friend requesting you. So you might get people that friend request you, and that's great. But I want to make sure, like, you are actually going and friend requesting people. And this is in the virtual party system, but I think people might just, like, glaze over it. And then at this point, Facebook doesn't want you to send over 20 requests in a day. So if you do anything too fast, Facebook blocks you, right? So don't do that. So if you're going to do 20, I would do 10 in the morning and 10 in the afternoon. So depending on how my parties do, I typically will do 10. If my parties are really needing help, then I'll do 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon. But making sure you spread it out. But they're super easy. There is a super easy way to do this that saves you time and hassle. And no, you don't have to go to everyone's profile and add them as a friend and then come back to the group. So I'm going to share my screen and show you an easy way that you can do this on your phone and on the computer so that you can friend request in your parties. All right, so if you're in a party and you go to members, you want to change this from interacting as your business page to interacting as yourself. Now, when you scroll down, you see add friend. So add her, add that one. I mean, you know, you could go down, but again, you don't want to do like 20 of them at one time. But you just go down and you can friend request just like that. And then when you're done, say you sent your 10 for the morning, just make sure you change your change it back to your business page. And then you're good to go. So how many people knew how to do that? Marie knows because I showed her. But I thought about it. I said, let me show everyone because I had a feeling people might go from like one profile to the other, add them, come back, and that's too much work. So that's an easy way to do it. And so, and then FYI, right now, Facebook only allows you to have 1,000 pending friend requests. So you don't want that many pending, right? So what I do at the end of each week or every couple weeks is I will delete my requests. But to do that, how many of you guys know where to find your requests? Nope. Okay, I'll show you real quick. Let me get here. All right, so mine might be a little different than yours, but most of them, when you go to your friends, it's right here. It says friend request. And then on the left side, you go to friend request. And then if you go here, you see this little blue, it says view sent request. If you click that, this is going to show you everyone that you have requested to be friends with. And so right now I only have 23 because I tend to delete them because I don't want Facebook looking at it like I'm desperate, right? And so, and you don't want 100, 200 people that are just pending out there. So check yours for sure. But that is how you can just go through and just cancel them after if they don't accept it. Okay, so if they don't accept your friend request, that's a way to do it. And then the other thing is number 10 is making sure that they do the pre-host challenge to get orders before. And then during your party, I really, really strive and try to work with hosts to get outside orders. So give them the words that are in our system to text people and send it to them by message or by text message. And then remember to like tell them to follow up and then make sure they follow up. Because again, the fortune is in the follow up, even for our host. Okay. And you might have to host coach a little bit here because they don't want to bother people, right? So you have to say like, hey, you know, you probably sent that, but we're all busy. So just make sure that they do or they don't want to order. You tend to have to do a little voice clip, but once you tell them that, then they feel comfortable to go through and go back through who they sent messages to and follow up with them. And then if sales are an issue and you have the people, do a drawing each day for those that order and announce it. That's always a way. And there's a million ways to get sales. And that's not this topic for tonight, but you know, every time I go live or do a video, guys, I sell at least one of them. So if you do struggle with it, go live, just do it. Okay. And then bonus tip is if you have done all the above and you still don't have much interaction, then you could actually message like a few of the guests in the party and you can say something like, hey, Sally, it's Tiffany, Pamper Chef Consultant for Joe's show. I have a quick question. And then if they'll usually say, yeah, or sure, or whatever, or if they don't say anything, I still say like, are you seeing any of the posts in Joe's party? And they're going to tell you yes or no. And if they're yes, then I ask them to be a super commenter and go through and comment for you. And so, and a lot of them will do it. And then if they say, no, I'm not seeing it, then send them the group link and say, hey, go and be a super commenter and help me get this party going. Like team up with me and help me get the party going. And guys, it helps you to build a relationship with other people in the party, but it also gets your participation going. Okay, so that's another avenue that you can do to kind of get people participating and help your party be successful. Okay, and then last couple of minutes here, let's see, hold on. I was going to scroll through my own party and show you some of the open-ended questions of how I haven't done all my posts for today or all my comments for today, but let's see. So this is Bridget. And so what I do is I always put the welcome post, like the welcome video up at the top. But if you go through, you want to ask them questions. So like if you see this lady did McDonald's French vanilla, I asked, do you drink one every day? Yes. And then the other things is like iced caramel macchiato. Do you make it at home or do you buy it out? So usually buy it out, sometimes at home. So this is a perfect person to start talking to about the cold brew pitcher. And then you just ask them questions like, love hot coffee year round, like anything in your coffee, and just literally ask them open-ended questions. Like, I love my pizza stone. What do you love about it? I mean, I literally asked them, I have the deep cover baker. What do you cook in it? I did these right before our stuff. And then I have like videos that I put in here manually that aren't in the template, like I do it manually. And you always can tell that more people see it manually when you post it. But you could do some of the, now I want a burger. Do you make yours at home? And you see that she wrote back, I do. So then the question is, well, what kind of burgers do you make? Do you make sliders or do you make regular hamburgers? Like, guys, I could ask questions forever. I'm like a 5-year-old. And so, and then like anytime they say I would like or love anything, then you can say like, what do you like about it? What do you love about it? And they sell it to each other. Like, look, it cuts through potatoes like butter. I mean, come on, people. They would love that, but get them to talk about the products, and then they'll, sell it to each other. See if I have anything else. But always ask questions and just keep asking questions, literally. Let me see if there's other things. And then look, like this one I put in here, about and they were like, I don't have it. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what could you use this for? Say what? Like, you know what I mean? And so just ask each, that's really what I'm boiling down to, is just making sure. I know some of you wanted examples. So like, this thing is amazing. What makes it amazing? Like, just ask open-ended questions. Pretty simple. And then when they answer, you ask another open-ended question. And they just keep going, because if you stop it with a period, then they're going to stop. Does that make sense? Okay. And then if you don't continue the conversation, then they're just going to not participate and the interaction kind of goes down. So I know that was at turbo speed, but I recorded it so you can rewatch it.